I would do a redo with you guys, okay? So this is a swag that I did, I don't think it was last year, it might have been the year before, I'm not really sure. But it is not selling, it's not getting any views, it is just not moving. So we are going to redo this one. Sometimes, you know, the ribbon just doesn't appeal to people, the style doesn't appeal. So even though I think it's pretty, here's the swag that you guys kind of see. It's got the jewels in there, it's got some ornaments, some pretty ply ribbon, but for whatever reason, it's not moving. So we are going to deconstruct this and give it a revamp. So I'm gonna work on taking stuff apart. You guys don't really need to watch me take things apart, so I'll probably fast forward through some of this and kind of explain as I go. The main thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the ribbon out. I'm gonna take these berries out. I may try to leave the ornaments, we'll see, it depends on how, I mean, they're glued in, y'all, so I glue my stuff in good. So we may have to pull these out if I can't get the ribbon out without messing with the ornaments, but I'm gonna try to leave the ornaments, pull the ribbon, pull the berries, and then we'll work from there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I managed to pull everything out except for our ornament. I left it, and I left these frosted pines in here because they're glued in really good. When that pine touches these pine branches, it kind of melts, and they're in there pretty good. There's one little piece I pulled out, the little cedar or cypress, I'm not sure what these are. We've got them in the shop this year. This was from a couple years ago, so, but we have these again this year. So we'll probably get some of those added back as well. But before we go any further, I want to get our bow in. So again, this is what we're left with. We have our base. Okay, so we're going to start with the bow. I have some of this jeweled fairy silk ribbon left. I do not know where I got it. I think we might have had it in the shop at one point, but we don't anymore. So I want to use this ribbon because I think it's going to be pretty with our little jewel, our little fairy silk, not fairy silk, our little Regency jewels here. So I know I want my tail to kind of hang like about right here. So I am going to probably use my bow maker because this is very, very thick ribbon. I don't have a whole lot left, so let's see how many loops we can get out of it. Get that out of the way. So I'm going to start, because this is a swag, I want my loops a little bit bigger. I'm going to go probably about 8.5 inches. We can at least maybe get 2 will be good. 2 on each side. I'm hoping we have enough. I'm gonna go down just a little bit, so I'm gonna go about 8. Okay, so there we go. We got two on each. So it'll be a 4-loop bow. We're gonna make that work. And with this, I am going to use a zip tie because it is so thick. And then I'll wrap it with a pipe cleaner so we can pick it. All right, so I'm just going to twist this. Get that back out of the way. And get this on a pick. Now I think I want my bow right about here. So I'm going to get that glued in. Okay, and let that sit for a second. Let's cut up one more of these frosty pine bushes. Now on this one, I won't have a full supply list as far as I can tell you the products that are used, I think. But like I don't know how many of these I originally used in my design, so I won't be able to give you the exact count. But I can tell you what else I added and, you know, probably guess, but I won't know exactly. All right, so I'm gonna go straight down, give that a little bit of a bend. I'm not gonna put a pick on that one because I have a nice little hole right next to that branch that I can put that in. Okay, give this one a little bit of a bend. I'll lift up my loops and go straight down. And that just helps kind of elevate our loop there. So that's perfect. Okay, now we're going straight down right here. North, south, east, west. And then after that glue sets a little bit, we'll work on shaping our bow up a little bit. All right, so I've got that in. I want to go in now and anchor a little bit more. With some of this. I think this is our, it doesn't say. So I'll just have to put the SKU in there for you guys. I think it's like a flock Norfolk pine. Not sure. But you get quite a bit on this bush. So drop my glue gun on the floor, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go straight down. I'm kind of doing the same thing. North, south, east, west. Straight down next to that bow. Get another one. This tail is good. I'm going to cut this tail out. Don't worry, we're going to hide that little cut with our greenery and all our goodies. And then I'm going to pick it and get it added back in where I want it in a little bit. See how anchoring that will just kind of help our loops stand up at attention where we want them. Perfect. Let's see if I got another longer piece here. This one I may use a shorter piece. Get some of these added throughout our swag here. So I'm just going to lift up and kind of place some of these in here. We're going to need more than this one. I should have known better. Because I'm left with all the short pieces and I need a couple more longer pieces. So I'm going to go grab another one of those. Okay, I got one more cut up. We're going to add another gem to this. So I'm not going to do too much of this until we get that added, but I'm going to go ahead and get our top up here added with a couple more of these. All right, so we got kind of our top done a little bit with some of those. Let's get our gem added here, our jewel, before we add any more of those. So I brought another large one, and then I also brought a couple of the little ones that we might get added in here. Now with these jewels, if you guys design with them, there is a pretty shiny side, and then there is a dull flat side. I mean, it's still shiny, but it's not, this is the right side. So just want to pay attention that we get it in on the right side. And I'm going to have to put these pine cones out of here. That one just ripped right off of there. Let's just cut the little pine branches. I'm just running that pine tie through there just to kind of help hold it a little bit. We're going to add glue, but that gives it a little bit support. You can also take a wire and just run that wire down in there, but I think that's going to be good because we're going to glue that. So I'm going to lift this. Oops. Maybe it wasn't good enough, y'all. I didn't have it pulled up all the way through there. Okay, now let me glue this. We'll have to give these guys a dusting when we're done. They're getting all that white flocking on them. Okay, I still have the original green ornaments that was in here. I had to pull them out, so we got an ugly side that we can always try to tuck a few back in here if we want. Haven't quite decided yet. That actually doesn't look bad right there. So let me go ahead. And let's get that added right back in there. And we'll get this one added over here. I put those ugly sides back down so nobody's even going to know that we pulled that out of there. Okay, and I have the sage green ones too. I don't know if I want to use the sage in here or just keep it the darker green. We'll see. I mean, it breaks it up a little bit, kind of gives us a different green texture to kind of go with the green and white, but I'm not sure. We got one more solid green, so let's just stick with the solid green. I kind of like that spot right there. We'll come back to whether or not we want to add those sage ones in there. We're going to add some other things. We got some berries. Might do a pine cone in there. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do the other jewels or not. I did bring them, but so I have the smaller, the little 4-inch ones. And since we used our little ornament balls, I don't think we're going to use these. But those are an option too if you don't have the ornaments and you do want to go in with some of the little smaller gems. Those would be pretty in here. Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to add some more of these now. I'm going to go with some of our longer pieces towards the bottom here. Do I have any more long pieces? Here we go. All right. And now we'll just start filling in around the sides. side I like better? Right in here, kind of break that gem up right there. Where those hide our little mechanics, where those two come together and where we tied that one in. Okay, so it's coming together really pretty, y'all. What do you think? I love the green and white. Love the green and white. I have a green and white tree in my home that I do in our, I did it probably maybe 2 years ago. I switched up our colors and I did green and white. I really love it. Okay, so let's look and see if we want to get a few of these added back in here. Just for a little extra texture. We totally don't have to because it looks really pretty with the frosty. But I always like to have some different textures of greenery in here. And we have them because we pulled them out. Now we could use them for another project. They're still good. But let's see. I think if I do, I'm going to kind of lift them up and put them underneath. So this is optional, y'all. I could leave these out. But I think I'm going to kind of lift them and put a few underneath our little frosty bits. So they're just kind of peeking in there, giving us a little different texture of greenery, making it a little bit fuller, but it's not the star of our show. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Let's stop with that greenery for now. Can add more later if we need it. Like I said, I'll have it. I've got all those pieces I pulled out. When I get it hung up, those will be good little filler pieces. Y'all look at all the glue. Drives me crazy. Let's get our berries added. So I brought our green chunky berries, and I brought these white berries, and so I gotta see which ones I want to add. Maybe even both. I love those chunky berries. We also have these little green snowy berries. They're a lighter green, but it would kind of break up and give us a different green in here. Those might be pretty too. Let's start with the white berries and then let's see if we want to add the green berries. Straight down. Okay, let's get another one. I'm going to go kind of on the side over here. We still have a piece right here where we can see our mechanics. So I might do, if we do the green chunky berry, we'll put it here. If not, I'll do a piece of greenery. Go right here. Okay. have one underneath here, kind of up at the top. I think we're just gonna use this one. We'll see. I don't wanna go super crazy with them, but that might be a good spot right there too for those. Put one there by our ornament. Let's go right under here. So I'm gonna add a pick on this one. And y'all, if this one doesn't sell by the time I get ready to decorate for my home, I may have to snag this one because it will go really good with my green and white tree. Okay, I think we're going to put that piece right there. That's going to kind of, that little hole we had that we were talking about, that's going to help with that too. Right underneath this little pine cone. I'm just going to tuck that little berry in there. All right, I've got one more berry, so let's see where we want it. So if you can see, I'm kind of like, we're kind of working our way up the swag. So I think we kind of need one right here. There's a spot that I have missing, got a little hole. Just like that. Pretty, pretty, y'all. You see that? Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's see where we want, if we want these green berries in here. They bring out a little bit more of this color. So I kind of like it. But this is optional. You could leave them out. I think I'm gonna do it, y'all. I like them. It ties this color in a little bit with our emeralds. And I'm just gonna use the one. We're not gonna go crazy with them, so I'm just gonna use the one. The one bush. Okay, I'm gonna tuck that one right there. I'm gonna douse it in my glue. It was dipped in there good. Okay, I think I wanna add one down there, kind of by that white berry. Yeah, I'm gonna use one with the longer stem. So I can kind of slide up underneath that jewel. That's also gonna help glue that jewel to that little berry. I'm gonna put one right there because that's gonna help with our mechanics. Our little pipe cleaner and zip tie that we're showing. It is showing no more, y'all. It is showing no more. And is that all of them? I think so, unless I dropped one. Oh, no, here's one. I was thinking I had another one. I think I'm gonna put it right here by this ornament. I'm gonna just tuck that in right there. Okay, I found one more piece of this on the floor. I guess I'll probably hang on to it until I hang it up, y'all. And then, but I think it, I like that. Never mind, I changed my mind. I'm gonna put it right there. I like that. Okay, let me get these other things out of the way so I can pull this down a little bit for you guys to see. Let's figure out where we want to get our tail that we cut off. So I'm thinking probably right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick this. It's pretty thick, so let's see if it'll go on my pick machine. If not, I'm gonna have to use a wooden pick and some floral tape. Yeah, I'm just gonna use a wooden pick because it is too thick for my pick machine. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I just put that, wrap that in there. Then I'm gonna take some of my floral tape. You could use a wire. I just need some more support for this. We're gonna douse it with the glue here in a second, so it should not go anywhere. And very carefully, I'm going to insert this right in here where I want it. Yeah, I just stuck my finger in that. Okay. And hit it with a little bit more glue in there. And there we have it, y'all. I think it is beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else to it. Other than, you know, when I hang it up, if I need to fill in with some of these that we have left. If I have a little hole, a little spot that needs some love. I do have that other one of these if I want to cut it up if we need it, but let's see if we can get away with not having to cut up another one. Here is our finished redo. What do y'all think? Do you like it better now that we've redone it? I mean, I do. But again, I'm using my colors, so I love the green and white together. So I think it really turned out beautiful. I'm gonna get it hung up for you guys, get some pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, kind of showing you how we can take and redo something and still use like the base of what we had. So until next time, bye y'all.